thank you, thank you, thank you. Rich Rising, Royal Day, generously rich rising. All right, gloriously, however you want to take it. I'm jumping on here and I'm talking about balance. And this is going to be um, a live video, and it's going to probably take a little of us on a back of the days, maybe middays, but we as women must stand up for our children that we participate and make. And we got a lot of women that are unbalanced. You see my screen, it says balance. We're talking about balancing the woman's aspect, being able to stand up for your child, being able to hear your child. I mean, put your child in the front line of you. Like, you got to make sure you the security guard, you the technology, you the pattern of everything. You're the basket that they put the baby inside of, so when the baby comes out, the star seed, the rainbow child comes out of the womb, you must protect it like an egg. You hear me? Y'all protect the egg and fry the egg up quicker than you take care of your own child. I've been seeing a lot of unstable women that don't have the stability of having children, and people in the family know this, and they still let these people have children. On top of that, then you got women that have women in the family, and this is generational shit. I'm not talking about something like, oh, it just happening overnight. This shit's going down bloodline to bloodline. And this is, excuse me, this is what's happening. Women are like, oh, you can be with this man, and you be with this man, or your mama tell you to be with this woman, and then you have a star seed or a rainbow child with this woman, and guess what happened? You don't make it with her. Your child is born, and then your child becomes a victim. The child is the one getting beat up. Your child is the one getting treated like stuff because you are the reason why she don't want you. She's mad. She's upset because you're not there. So she go find her another boy, another play toy, and then they gonna have a child, and then they both gonna aggravate your child. They both gonna treat your child as a victim because of the way you pick your the person that harvests or nurture or nested. However you humans want to call it. Your star seed is important as a man too. Who you put it in, or who you have to take care of it. However you put her in it, she take care of 9 months of it. She's eating unnecessary food. She's arguing at you. She's doing all the negative things to bring the child out to be a assassin. This is called energy. To where you meet a goddess, and I'm more on the man now because this is about women right here. But I'm on the man. When a man meets a goddess, they play these portray like, oh, I love him. That's my man. This is that, and you know what I'm saying. And then he don't do something right, then you take it out on his child. And this is even before the child is even born. Because you know, if you have a child after arguing with him, fussing with him, and then you have a baby, you're going to still argue and fuss with him because he still ain't going to do what you want him to do because you ain't letting him be him. You want him to be what you want him to be. That's not what a relationship is. That's unbalanced. Because your mama say, oh, well, a man's supposed to work, or a man's supposed to have a job, a man's supposed to pay bills, what? Are you serious? So then you teaching your son that, and he grows up the same way. But he like, oh no, I ain't taking care of no bitch. Because you showed him how bitch you was. Now that's taken from a girl, a female point of view. You have a daughter. You understand what I'm saying? And you telling her, oh, well, you got to keep your hair done. You got to get your nails done. You got to have this. You got that. That's already telling her she need a man that's going to put that on her. No, when you should be teaching her how to educate herself so she can learn how to feed her man and her children first and her man, and take care of responsibility of her home and not have to sit there and worry about her man or where he's going to be. Is if you look right now with your Google bar searching ass and look at how many children, and I'm not gonna say in the indigenous, original, whatever y'all want to call yourself, and see how many children are being taken from their own parent, the hands of their own parent, because of unbalance. Because of, oh, because he say he loved me, now I'm gonna give him a prized possession. No, you gave yourself a prized possession because you took the prized possession and you put it in the ground to get at him, which is his prized possession, because it was never your prized possession, or it was never her prized possession, because now he's mad because you got a new man and now he want to take it out on the child because now he has visitation. And then it's tripping me out that women use children as bait. You got $200, you got three, you gonna pay some child support. Where did the fuck child support have? Anybody ever Google bar where that came from? Because we don't pay for our children. That's called money laundering. That's called child laundering children for money. Are y'all serious? You're no better than a person that's coming over here on the other side of the border, taking somebody and using them for money. Oh, you gotta pay me because I had your child. No, that's not how what it is. Children don't live off of you getting paid. Children get live off of you loving the father in the home, the mother in the home. You see how our generational shit is right now, and then that's what people call me. Oh, you're crazy. You talk? No, I'm not talking crazy, because if I want to lay down with somebody and have a child with them, I want to make sure we still on that damn road together. It's gonna be a long road because we gotta raise these children together. It's so many unbroken homes, and then guess what? Then these called what y'all call Caucasian people, which holds up the court systems, and be saying the women that they never say the man. Then you can do all the research you want. You can do any research you want, and you can come back and you can test me, and I will take that. I will sit down. I will write you some standards. But if you do the research right now and you really look at it, when a man does something to a child, he gets eliminated. He goes to prison. They gonna beat him in there, whatever, whatever, whatever. But when a woman does something to a child, she have mental problems. It's all mental. It's all mental. You see, you see what I'm saying? And you can do research on that. You ain't finna go and see in anybody court when somebody had brutally beat a child, knocked the child across the head, the baby had concussion, the baby had liver bleeding, what else? Broken ribs, and it's a man did it. Oh, he ain't had no mental problems. Oh, he didn't break down. Yeah, he gets life. He gets prison. He gets stuck in there. Don't give him no solid what do you call it? Where one person stay in one place by itself, solitude by itself. No, they put him in population. Put him out there, and the inmate's gonna eventually find out what he in there for, and he gonna get kicked his ass, or he gonna be somebody's boyfriend or something, something, something. But when a woman does some shit like that, hurt her child, kill him, whatever, the same situation, quote unquote, she has mental problems. Oh, she's mental. That's a cold base lie. What's going on with the woman is not mental. She meant what the fuck she was doing. She did what she needed to do, because you know why? You know why? Because her ass already planned it out. She already planned that she was going to put the baby in the oven. She already planned that she was going to put the baby in the bathtub and drown the baby. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what we talking about. Because she planned on smoking the drugs. That's like when you plan on smoking a cigarette. You gonna plan it. Oh, I'm gonna go get me a pack of Newports. Or I'm gonna go get me a pack of Salem's. Or I'm gonna get me a pack of whatever cigarettes you bring. You planning on smoking it. You plan on lighting it. Everything planned it. So when a person's like, oh well, I was with John and John broke up with me and now I got his son. He looked just like John. Now guess what John's little junior gonna go through? Slapping them, hitting them, and then you not knowing throughout the years and months of you doing this, it's causing friction on the child. It's causing pain and suffering. So when he gets 17, no, let's try 9. And he start disrespecting you and you like, oh, you better respect me. No, you already lost that when you start putting your hand on your children. And then you look on YouTube, you look on Instagram, you look on whatever these little platforms everybody on, you hear slavery. Oh, we was in slavery, our ancestors was in slavery. What you mean? We still in slavery, but our parents is the one doing it. Our parents is the one doing it. They call parents. But the new age people, what you call conscious people that look like me, that's building something, I don't call myself parent. I call my children, I call them the parent. They the one teaching me shit. My son teach me everything. My daughter teach me shit. And I'm sitting here telling them that's what all the other parents do. Nowadays, you don't have parents telling you to shut the fuck up, be quiet, don't talk, sit down, go in the corner, do the sit the wall, go do your chores, go wash your dishes, go cook something. No, it's here go the phone, here go the iPhone, here go the tablet. Now our children are being raised by computers, by internet, and then you wondering why the violence is so high. And then you got mothers, and this is something that I ain't never heard on the internet. You got women that are carrying star seeds, children in their belly that sit there and hold the phone all day and swap the internet. And what is that radiation doing to that child? Because if you ever notice it, as soon as you have the child, guess what happens? The baby already see the phone. And what happened? That baby already know what's on the phone. It don't even blink when it see itself. An average child, if it never was around, or the mother never was around radiation as far as having an ultrasound or getting all this stuff that these people are doing to these women, that baby would not want to look in that light. It would look at that phone and it would cry, just like it does when it look in the mirror. And these new age mothers, that's their main thing. They put their children in front of mirrors. And our ancestors used to tell me it makes it hard for the child to cut teeth when a child looks at its reflection. So then you look at the terminology of it and you go deeper than that, it probably messes up the brain too, because it's looking at its reflection before it's old enough to know who it is. But this is what's happening. And then your son or your Navaroo, your king, your Messiah grow up and sell you drugs. Yeah, he sell you drugs. But our community now is giving our parents herbs and teaching them the right way to eat vegetarian. Yeah, a lot of people gonna say I don't want to eat that. Only you gonna eventually be forced to do it anyway because your imbalances are if you don't, and if it's a big word, it's an I and an F. You hear me? Because this new age right now, we in right now, if you ain't about it, you're gonna be left around. You're gonna be in the dark ages where that's gonna be the whimping and crying and suffering. You're gonna feel it. And when you feel it, guess what? You gonna wish death on yourself and it ain't gonna come. It ain't gonna come at all. You're gonna jump in front of cars and wonder why it disappeared on you. You're gonna slice your wrist and you're gonna wonder why the blood, when they take you to the hospital, they gonna take blood because you got too much blood. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be agony of pain. because of your imbalance, because you don't know how to control your anger, your jealousy, your manipulation that you have with your significant other that you had a child with. You too unbalanced. You hate yourself, and which would flex on you hating other people. And that word I don't like using, but it's out there. You will sit, if these are women I'm talking about, because men don't do this. They don't sit in front of people or other people like other men unless they're, you know, hanging out with women and they call them the feminine ones. But you think about it. A woman will hang with you, be in your face. Oh, you my homegirl. You cool. I want to hang out with you. I like it. And be, as soon as you leave the room, I don't like that bitch. That bitch phony as fuck. But you couldn't say that in front of you. But nowadays, you do that to people like me. I'll leave the room and my spider senses will hit me and I'll hear your ass and I'll curse your ass. Because I didn't came in your presence, in your domain, and seen how you move. I seen how you move. You don't even move like a snake. You move like a roach. You see what I'm saying? When the light on, you ain't coming out. But when the light go off, your ass is roaming everywhere with your buddies. And your children ain't even the priority. Some of y'all right now, while I'm speaking, don't have food in the refrigerator. Don't have a source. But you will go get a McDonald's. You're going to get Pizza Hut, Taco Bell. And then you wondering why your child having problems with reading and listening to you say, can you get up and go take out the trash, or can you get up and turn the TV? Because you making them a slave. You slaving your child. You send them to school every day. And when they get out of school, you don't even have a meal prepared for them. But you've been home all day. You don't even, you'll go to work and provide for this nigga you call boss before you provide for your child that is the boss. You'll go to from a 9 to 5, 3 to 7, 7 to 3, whatever your schedule is, and you will provide that time for that boss, for that paycheck, but your child wouldn't even be the first priority of anything. And you got some of these parents, yeah, they do. They'll provide it. They'll make them pork chops. They'll make them chicken. They'll make them ground beef. And then you wondering why they got ADHD, why they can't they sick, and then they grow up and they don't even want to be around you because they envy you, because that's what happened when you feed your child something that doesn't come from you. A cow feeds a cow. A woman with morals will feed her children her milk. And that woman will make sure that that child is plugged up with her for 7 days, which is the umbilical cord. It does not get cut off the child for 7 days. That's why when you have a child and it has an umbilical cord, after they cut it, that umbilical cord falls off within 7 days. That's the same thing as the placenta. It stays connected. But y'all so unbalanced, you will have a baby and you'll go see these doctors. They giving you shots, they giving you glucose. Why would they give you a drink to make your blood pressure your sugar go up? Why would they give you that? Y'all ever think about that? It's your child. It's your fetus. It's your baby. And they're giving you stuff to make your child what? See if it got high blood pressure. See if it got sugar, diabetes. Why would you want to give your child that? Then you're going under a ultrasound thing. It's this little gelatin stuff they put on you. You don't know where it come from. They put it on your skin, and then they put metal and these radiations in your child, and then you wonder why when your child come out, certain things is happening. Heart failure. lungs. What else they be saying? Sit death. I mean, think about it, ladies. We used to be able to look under the sun, say we have a goddess of the sun. She's about to have a baby. You hear me? We'll take her out in nature, make a little area for her, and we deliver that baby right under the tree. Nighttime, the same thing. And the mama was connect. Sometimes the placenta would take a long time to come out until it was ready. You didn't just push that out. It came out on its own. But we out here destroying our children. And then you wonder why the nursing home is full, the hospitals are full, and the mortuary is full, and the cemeteries is full. Because that same energy you put out in your child, abusing them, letting people molest them, giving them to predators. Y'all be giving y'all children to predators, brothers. Y'all know when y'all was growing up, your brother probably touched you in a weird way, and you gave him a look, and he never touched you again, cause he knew not to fuck with you. But then you had a child, and he tried it again, but your child too scared to tell you this shit. This shit is really happening right now with our women. I won't even call them goddesses and queens and all that. No, these are women. These are, I love my Jesus. I love my white man. This is the man that y'all let in y'all house, in y'all home, and these men live by that man. He molests and take children. He take their innocence. Y'all call him Jesus. Because every home I've been to that say, oh, Jesus this and Jesus that, there's been somebody in there molesting somebody, touching somebody, hurting them, pushing on them, bullying them. And now it's getting to the point where the fathers is doing it to the daughters. Because the mama act like she don't see nothing. She'll turn her head like, oh, yeah, that gave them the door open instead of grabbing something and knocking them in the head. And you got, once you knock them in the head, then you call your brothers over and you call your friends over and you have them stump them. Fuck the police. You kill that nigga. You bury that nigga. This is what we forgot. We forgot when we used to do things back in the days. Before you made it home, your neighbors will give you a whooping. Your neighbors will discipline you before you got home. Close their windows and their doors just and see the predator pick you up. Actually film that shit to get some viewers. They will film a child being pulled in a van. When the phone is the device to get the license plate number or beat that nigga ass and have that on a viral and save the child. Homeless, because half the people homeless don't want to go home to these people. They don't want to be around these people. They've been abused as a child. They rather stay away from that. Drugs, because as they growing up and being abused, they had to have a substance to get over it. It all starts with the woman. But what would we say? Oh, it's because we don't have a daddy in the house. What? I raised 5 children. 5. Now one daddy in the house. One daddy in the house. Prison. Prison. And then when he did come in the house, I still kept that shit 100. And what happens is you got to keep your eyes on everybody, not just because you, oh, I love him. No, because you ain't going to love your child the way you love it. So sometimes you might have to say, hey, Balance yourself. Cause you didn't, you might have gave them a little bit more spankings, and I didn't do whoopings. You can ask my children. I didn't whoop them. I didn't know. I didn't do spankings. Why would I spank them? You might as well go get a whip. Go get a whip. Go get a horse. Take him to the field and do circles around him and whip his ass. That's slavery. I sat down and used the brain. I talked to him mentally and figured it out. Made them think about things they did. Write me a story, and then let me see what your story felt like. Well, why did you do what you did, and where did you get that from? Because that was very intelligent. You almost got away with it, and that's how you balance it. When you whipping the hell out of your child and punishing them and beating them and doing no, that's gonna come back. Nigga get a certain age, but no, you will blame it on all because he didn't have a father. But nowadays I see the ages is changing. A lot of mothers are leaving the children, and the fathers are stepping up and raising their sons and their daughters because these women are lame. It ain't mental. They just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I ain't even gonna say care. I ain't gonna even say that word. They don't give a fuck because anything that comes from your womb and it has your blood and it has your DNA, it has everything in you, and the other person is a reflection. Is exactly what your Bible is saying. When God gave you light, or when He gave you man, He gave you man in image, and man and woman is the same, man and woman. So when He gave you woman, that woman came in your image and His image. Adam and Eve bullshit. So you gonna take your child and abuse your child? And if you do have a child and the father having to be not connecting with you, y'all don't get along, or you don't get along with him and he don't get along, you still don't bring that into your child. You don't give your child that reflection. You let that shit seem like it's cordial, and you let your child be with the father. Right now, we on business. He doing him and I'm doing you until that child's old enough to understand what the issues is. Yeah, oh, I don't want you around your daddy because he got a new girlfriend. Or I don't want you around your mama because she got a new man. That don't mean that. That child needs to know it's DNA, and it comes from you and him, not some other man. And when you pregnant, you don't sleep with other men with your child. That DNA, that baby is feeding off that other man's DNA. So it's losing his own original DNA. It's a fetus. Some of y'all really need to educate. Not talking about public school. I'm not talking about private school. Education is within yourself. You are the books. You the library. Liability of yourself. You gotta get everything you need as what you want to grow yourself and learn yourself to balance yourself. Be a balance. Come on. We hold thrones. We sit on thrones. We sit with crowns on us. And we walking around here, they walking around here acting like heathens. Another thing, you give your children Similac, Infamil. Where did that milk come from? Do you ever test it? No. You won't even drink it. It's nasty. You'll say that. But you take your breast milk and you taste it, and it tastes really good. It's sweet as fuck. You would think it came from a sugar cane. And the nourishments that come out of it, the vitamins, the herbs and stuff that you got in you. And I ain't talking about the women that eat McDonald's, Taco Bell, chicken, pork. I'm talking about eating herbs, eating the valuable foods, the source food that come from Mother Nature. And you will see the difference in the star seeds. How you gonna stop telling him, oh, he got a gun and he going to prison? Yeah, because you put him in prison in the belly. He reacted when he came out. Think about it. That's why nowadays, if you really do some research, there's women that are literally playing sounds to their children, reading, doing alphabets, and that child comes out continuously doing this. It's a cycle. But till you do some research on a woman that go out, smoke, hang out, party, what's gonna happen? That child's gonna be reacting. It's gonna, as soon as they hear music, it's gonna be the party. It's gonna be the party of the world. Everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, every time he pop up, it's a party. Cause he was born in that environment. It starts in the belly. What makes it so hard? You are a beast before you wake up. Even in church. Even going to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, or whatever y'all do it. Some of y'all go Monday, Tuesday, some of y'all go on Sabbath. Even in church, you a beast. Because you seeing through the vision of two eyes. When you come in aware of the third eye and your fourth eye, you become the angel. You become that God. You become that Christ. And y'all are doing the Jesus story. Y'all are the ones that's giving y'all children, putting them in the basket and sending them up the river, sending them up a stream. So some other niggas from a whole nother dimension, a whole nother tribe will take care of your child and your responsibilities. That's even if the child makes it. Because that's still another tribe take care of your child because it's going to a morgue. It's going to a cemetery, a prison. These are all dark entities that you created as a mother, and then you blame it on the father, but you creating this. He put the seed in you, and then you was the one that supposed to groom the seed and feed it the proper nourishments and be around the proper environment so your child can grow out of the shit that you in and come out reciprocating a whole different environment. But you will keep doing the same thing. And now we got children that all they do is play on video games and get on the phone, YouTube, and they say, "Oh, we got children. You got children YouTube." What you mean? It's still programming the children. It's still violent. Because if you take right now on the video, I know ain't no children open it on up right now, but believe me, I know they up. Even if they in school, they up. And they got a phone in their hand. And believe me, if you was to walk over there right now and take the phone, that child's gonna go off. It's gonna go off. She gonna go off. They gonna tear up some stuff. This is the 9, 10, 11-year old, 13-year olds. They gonna tear up some shit. They gonna tear your house up, tear your TVs up, and then you gonna call the law. And then that's when they gonna be in the system. Then you got some now. They they using the phone to manipulate their parents. If you don't give me a phone, I'm not doing your dishes. I'm not. Yeah, they doing their parents like that now. And you got 12-year-olds fighting with little little cousins. Two of them. They go to their grandma's house. It's a holiday, and they go hang out with their grandma. All the grandchildren. It's time to go to recharge, which we call bed. These two little girls laying in the bed, and the little girl, the 8-year-old, takes the phone from the 12-year-old, and the 12-year-old suffocates the 8-year-old. But then you peep this out: the 8-year-old knew what she did. So she went to the bathroom, got some toilet paper, wiped the tears off the little girl, because you know when you're trying to strangulate somebody, they're crying. She wiped the tears off the baby face, and then she repositioned her in the bed. She knew what she was doing. And then she lay down and went to sleep. And never told. They woke up the grandma woke up the next rising, went to go check on the baby. They thought that baby died from natural causes, but the grandma had a video in the room. Why did the grandma have a video in the room? Video camera in the room? Because she knew one of those children had behavior problems. So she wanted to record something. But they didn't find out that that baby died from that cousin until 3 days after. This is what phones are doing to these children. And then that's the mark of the beast, because the children are meeting people on the phone that's luring them away from you, that you don't care, because you don't care what they looking at. How you know what they watching? It's been times I walk past somebody and they'll flip the screen on me, but I seen it. But you don't see that in your child until it's gone. Until they, oh well, such went to school, but now all of a sudden he ain't made it home, or she ain't made it home. Yeah, because she didn't got lured somewhere. Some dude then picked her up after school, and guess what? Now you got to go through her phone to find her. You got to go through his phone to find him. This is unbalanced women. And majority of this time is because they on the phone, or they TikToking it, and they trying to make their app, or they viral, go viral, what they call it. Go viral, sit next to your child, teaching your child how to do math, teach your child how to read, teach your child the values of life, teach your child how to invest in itself, teach your child how to buy land, teach your child, all this stuff. No, you give it something else to learn from. And then you'll sit there and be scrolling with them. I go to libraries nowadays. There's no children in the libraries. If they are in a library, guess where they at? On the internet. Those are the ones, they don't have no phones. The parents don't have phones. They're in a little area. Well, I guess they finances ain't that great as everybody else. So they got to go to the library. This is what's feeding our children. And we sit at the dinner table, which I know half of y'all don't even have a dinner table. If you do, it's for show, or you got a gang of trash on top. Sit at the dinner table and have a proper dinner with your family. Everybody at the table with their head on the internet. Unbalanced women. Unbalanced women. Unbalanced women. I'm speaking to it. I'm telling you. And I ain't gonna say I was always balanced, but I knew right from wrong when it came to my children. I knew if I'm look, if you ask my children right now, my number one rule: you are not spending the night over nobody's house, and nobody spend the night over here. That was my number one rule. Nerves. Dang, mama go, because I know if anything was to happen, I'm automatically number one witness. Yeah, we living in the world where your son walked down the street to go get some Skittles. I don't care if he had the money or not, and get shot for some Skittles. That boy wasn't stealing no Skittles. He had the money for the Skittles. He seen a gun and he got scared and ran with the Skittles in his hand. All these stories you can read between the lines. And you got unbalanced mothers that be saying, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? She chose her life. No, you chose it for her. That's why she went out there and got a man. And that man took her somewhere where she didn't want to be. Prostitution, strippers, drug heads. And guess what? If you was a mother, she wouldn't have did that, because she would have been under you. But you push him away. Oh, I'm getting tired of you getting on my nerves. This is number one thing mom say. I'm tired, you're getting on my nerves, be quiet, go sit down somewhere. And you don't even know your child is smart, intellectual star beings, can tell you some stuff that you don't even know about your your mission, your past life. And this is where the sources end right here. This is where we don't have sources with our children. This is where the trust issues come from. Because now we grow up and we want to build communities. We don't trust each other because it starts from the father. It can start from the mother. Trust issues. That's what they call them. Trust. I don't trust you. And there's a lot of women out here. A lot of them. They keep a lot of their businesses. They say business. You in my business from their mother because they don't trust her. They don't trust the parent. But if you had that built inside of you while you was in your mama's belly and you grew out of it, you came out of it, you would not have that trust issue because your mama will be having that same thing going on when you born, teaching you, showing you, not making you do stuff, not telling you what to do, not demanding you. So yeah, this is part one of this story. Because as videos, I can prove what I'm talking about. Where if you look right now on YouTube, there's a mother talking about her own father that had never touched her, but she know after what she seen when he came around her daughter, her 4-year-old daughter, and was touching on that baby. That baby said, she said, you know, you because when you talking to a 4-year-old, you don't want to give names, you don't want to make the imagination going away. But when you see your child doing something that's not appropriate, you ask your, where do you get that from? That's something different. You know, you don't make it look bad because you want to answer and you want a correct answer. And guess what the baby said? My papa. And then guess what? The mama believed it because she started looking back at certain things. She said, you know what? I had that feeling that day when he was trying to get her back in the room. I had that feeling the other day when I had her laying in the bedroom when I got ready to go to work and he was in the other room sleep. When I left to go outside to get in the car, me and my husband, something say, wait a minute, go back in there. You go back in there, he's standing in your room. Why are you in your room? Your baby sleep. See, y'all don't look at that stuff. Y'all don't play private investigator. Y'all don't play the Pink Panther. Remember the Pink Panther? What is it? Go Inspector Gadget. You looking at whatever scenery around your child because your child is, everybody see your child as a predator. They want that child. It's so much pure energy going through that baby. That's why you see a lot of babies and elders going through shit because elders turn back to babies. You gotta wear a diaper. They gotta eat baby food, what they call puree. Come on, man. Y'all gotta remember this shit. And you gotta watch your parents when they get elders. No, y'all throw them in the nursing home. No, y'all throw them, y'all just throw them away. But you won't parade some kale, some sea moss, some this and that. No, but you'll parade some chicken, some ground beef, and feed it to your family, knowing that shit is killing them. Y'all is not, y'all not really, y'all not even human. Y'all, I don't know what y'all are. Niggas feeding their baby food out of a jar of food. You go in the store buy jar of food. You don't know where that food come from. You don't know what they put in it. When you can just get you a blender, blend you up some vegetables, blend you up some fruits, and feed that shit to your baby and yourself. How dare a woman call herself a woman when she putting her hands on her child? How dare a man call himself a man if he putting his hand on his child? And then say our ancestors been in slavery. Oh, for real? Now, how often do you sit on the couch and ask your child to grab you something out the refrigerator or pick you something up or go in there and turn the TV, grab the remote control? That's slavery. Go out there and get a job. Make sure you can pay half the rent. On his way home, he get pulled over by the cops. You know where to be found. Y'all got life fucked up. That's how y'all got it. But y'all gonna figure it out. Because it's a big ass split in the planet. And your children about to turn on your ass. Some of y'all had children, don't even know your children came here to destroy you for multiple lives of you destroying them. Because I did a video today, or I watched a video today where I seen a lady in Tampa, Florida on fentanyl. And guess who her supplier is? Guess who she go get her fentanyl from? Her son. He feeds his mother fentanyl. In the 80s, your sons and your daughters. In the 90s, well, we gonna go 80s with feeding your moms and your dads crack. In the 90s, you feeding your mom and dad meth. And now in the 2000s, you feeding your mom and your dad fentanyl. These are your parents. I don't care really that you came from the womb or not, but if a woman come up into your face and asks you to serve her some drugs, and you a man or you a messiah, or you a king, I don't care what you call a monkey or whatever, and you give her drugs, you're killing your mom. You're killing your sister. You're killing your brothers. Y'all seen movies like that? Where the drug dealer be selling drugs, and the next thing you know, he look up and he's shining all in his little car, and he hanging out with his buddies, and he roll his window down, look up, it's his sister begging for drugs. Huh? Huh? Yeah. This shit really happens. So if you don't be a role model to them, then Nicki Minaj, Sexy Red, all these other women gonna be their role models, and most of them selling their ass. Everybody know what Lil Kim had to do. She had to go to the hospital and get her stomach stuck. That wasn't because she overate. That because she overindulged in a man's semen. She has semen in her, and it wasn't one man. It was multiple. This is what the Illuminati do to the women. Jay-Z said that at the awards, fucking with Rihanna. Yeah, they all fucking each other. But y'all idol these people. And then you become unstable because guess what? You buy your children the music, you buy your children, they idol that shit too because you play it in the car with them. Oh yeah, whatever they be saying, you play that shit, and then your children, that becomes your children vocabulary. But then you remember, you always say, you better respect your elder. What kind of elder are you? How you gonna respect something like that? And we won't even talk about the dress code on the women. And then y'all wonder why y'all brothers be looking at y'all thirsty. Cause y'all looking like straight slushes. Niggas be thirsty. They be wanting to slush on your ass. You're walking around with damn near panties. And probably ain't clean your ass. And if you eat meat, you smell like ass. You can't tell me. I transitioned off of meat before. And believe me, it's not a very great smell. And if your man laying down with you smelling, y'all both stink. Cause you know when your child wake up in the rising after you done made a chicken and whatever else you made that rising that night, when they wake up in that rising, they breath smell like death. It's the food you feed them. Y'all brush your teeth. Y'all know we don't supposed to brush our teeth? No, y'all don't know that. It's the food you eat that make you brush your teeth. That's real talk. We didn't have toothbrushes back in the days. They created toothbrushes because they didn't know how to brush their teeth. They didn't know they ate meat. And they y'all know what I'm talking about. The white people ate meat. They the one came from the caves. We didn't come from the caves. They the one ate meat and shit. And then they transferred and showed us how to make it. And we the one just make it with seasoning. So come on now. Stop treating your children like they don't exist. Don't do that. Then you wonder why the prisons are so overcrowded. And then when they go in there, you don't even walk in there and see them. You barely make it to court. But you love your child. That's why y'all so unstable, because you got fake love, fake emotions, fake everything. You fake. You phony. That's why men call you bitches. Because that's what you are. That's what you act like. If you don't know how to stay balanced and take care of your home, not just a home, your child. Because if you're gonna work, make sure you provide for the child before you take that job. And if it interferes with your job interfere with your child, then you must not be. That's why they say women supposed to take care of home. Nah, I gotta work. I gotta take care of home too. Taking care of home is being there for your children, and then when they get to a certain age, then you can go out there and help. You don't send your child to daycare at newborn, and then when something happened in the daycare, you like, oh, it's their fault. No, it's your fault because you put them in there. You put a job before your child. You did 9 months just to give somebody else your responsibility. Then you're like, all I do is work. I don't get to go party. What you mean party? You had that party when you laid down and had that baby. That was the big party, the big bang. Well, he get to do it, yeah, because you got the wrong fathers. An average man gonna sit at home and go through the crying because the baby tooth is going coming in, the fevers and all that stuff, and helping you build the teas and do that herbs and do Reiki for the child, because that father wants the same environment and love that the child gonna grow up for his sake. Most of these fathers don't care. But you got messiahs out there that do care for their children. And guess what? Those be the ones that the parents take the child away. And then put in the child, oh, it's your daddy fault that he don't come and see you, or your father fault. That was not true. There's a lot of women out here staring lies to their children about their father, and their father really out there looking and wanting to be in their family, in their child's life. You just mad because he ain't giving you fathers, so you won't let him be a father. Because you can't stand him being with another woman that beat your ass, took you out the picture, that will show your child when he comes over to the father house what a real woman is. And that's what's going to fuck you up right there. That's why you do that. Because you know he left you for a breadwinner. You was a mice. And he left you for a breadwinner. And now him and her working to their next destiny. So when the child come over and see this, he like, damn, that's a mother right there. That's the real mom. And then go back home and see the same shit. Cause she feeding daddy. She taking care of the king. She making sure he eats and he taking this and that, he that. And then he go home over here. The son leaves that home and go to the mama house and eating noodles and grilled cheese sandwiches. Find what you can find in there. And now the refrigerator empty, but he just left dad's, the father's house and the mother, and it's a whole, he can see everything in his mind. Damn, they had that, they had fruits, they had vegetables. They didn't have no freezer, but they had freezer food. They had like ice creams, they had healthy shit. Where I'm coming over here and I'm looking at mayonnaise sandwiches, getting hit across the head because I ain't like your daddy. You see what I'm saying? This is what they doing. This is what they doing. And then guess what? There's mothers like this. I'm gonna get off for this. This is gonna be my last, and then we can take this to excuse me. We can take this to a page two or a session two. Okay, say the mother, she has a baby, and then the daddy, her and the daddy don't make it. He still wants to be in the baby's life, so he comes and buy clothes and take care of the baby, and then she has another baby by another man, and he ain't in the house. She think it's that other's dad responsibility to come in and buy that child clothes and food because they're sisters and brothers. That don't go like that. And there's a lot of that shit going on. That man, is his choice if he wants to bring the other children something. You understand what I'm saying? If he had a child by you and that's his only child, that's the one he's supposed to be providing for. He ain't supposed to be, oh damn, I had a baby by Shanika and now she got 5 children. In order for me to see my one, I gotta take care of all 4. Oh no, that sounds like some bullshit. Now if he wants to, and he come and pull up and he want to take care, every once in a while, bring him something, hey, for his brothers and sisters, stuff like that, so it won't make it seem like some separation because that father ain't doing shit. That's his choice. But his main focus is his. And that's who's in that home. You decided to have the rest of those children, not him. Unbalanced. Unbalanced. So I'm gonna end that on that. I appreciate you. I have some. You have any donations? You can donate at Yeezsus. I mean, $V time 3. I appreciate you. I got consultations, reading. If you need any readings, I have those. There should be going across the screen. Uh, if you need any questions and answers on this story or anything you have, if I left anything out, kept your little head going, you can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform you decide to hit me up on. But I'm mainly on Facebook or YouTube. Um, Yeezsus Love, Yeezsus Sol Love. I appreciate you. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your moment. Uh, think about that. Think about it. When you put your child first, at the end of the day, at the end of the moment, when your ass start getting to the time where you at the bay, when you getting old, that energy gonna come right back. It's gonna come back in fold. Your child gonna be very grateful to and help you, enhance you, feed you the right food because you embedded it in them at birth. So I'm gonna end this. I appreciate you, love you, love, peace, and happiness. Thanks.